Shall I start, sir?
Just a second, ma'am. Please start, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining with us for the third technical session. We had a very informative sessions yesterday and today. Now we have the resource person, Dr.V.Arulmurugan, Assistant Professor of Commerce, School of Management, Pondicherry University, Karaikal campus, who gave us valuable insights on data analytics and scientific research yesterday. Though we know him, now I kindly request Mrs. Surya Priya, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, to introduce our resource person. Please, ma'am.
Very good afternoon to one and all present here. It's a great honor for me on behalf of Prince Shri Venkateswara Arts and Science College to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. V. Arulmurugan, for our faculty development program on data analytics for scientific research. Since June 2009, he is serving as an assistant professor of commerce, School of Management, Pondicherry University, Karaikal campus. He has completed Master of Commerce in Business Finance and MBA in International Business, Master of Philosophy in Commerce from Pondicherry Central University, Pondicherry. He has pursued his PhD in Commerce Logistics Science in University of Madras, Chennai. He has 18 years of teaching and research experience in University of Madras, Manonmaniam Sundaranar University and Pondicherry University. He has guided 14 pre-doctoral research scholars and 82 postgraduate students. His area of specialization are commerce, science, and research. He has received 28 meritorious awards from various achievements. Few are listed over here. 6 times received Best Teacher Award by Pondicherry University based on students' evaluation. Best Young Social Scientist International Academic Excellence Award 2020 received from Vice Chancellor Manonmaniam Sundaranar University. Best NSS Program Officer Award 2020 received from District Collector, Karaikal, Government of Puducherry. Triple Gold Medal, Bharat Ratna B.R. Ambedkar Gold Medal, Vaishya Bank Gold Medal, Bank of Maharashtra Gold Medal for outstanding performance in Master of Philosophy in Commerce, Pondicherry University. Cash Award for a Best Research Paper at national level by LIC of India for building an innovative channel for marketing insurance named Telcashsurance 2006. For his best outstanding services, achievements, and contribution, received a Rashtriya Gaurav Award 2010, Glory of India Gold Medal 2010, Best Citizen of India Award 2010, and citation in book by International Publishing House, New Delhi. Best Paper Award 2013 in International Conference organized by Adikalamada Institute of Management, Tamil Nadu. He has published 21 research articles in various international and national journals. He has presented 43 research papers in national and international conferences and seminars. He also been a life member in Indian Accounting Association, South Asian Social Office Criminology and Victimology, Indian School Psychology Association. Now I request Dr. V. Arulmurugan to take over the session.
Thanks a lot, madam, and thanks a lot for 1 second. For entire team for organizing this wonderful event. And today I'll be, as I promised, today I'll be focusing on the bivariate bivariate analytics and the multivariate statistics, multivariate analytics. So these are the two things which we are going to look in. Can anyone confirm whether my video and audio is clear? Then I can move on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's loud and clear, sir.
Thanks a lot, Prasanna, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, yeah. So we'll be moving today, and all the participants welcome back. So you would have had a wonderful session in the morning that my good friend would have told you about the inventions of publications. And if you want to publish, ultimately nowadays what is called as the quantitative, what you call as content is required in a paper if you want to publish in some of the leading high quality journals. Even though things are changing, qualitative content paper also is getting published. But when it comes to some of the subjects, we need to have a quantitative content papers, research papers, what publishers also looking for. In that angle, this session may help you in building those what you call as data-oriented, analytical-oriented research articles, and beyond that, your PhD thesis if you want to make it out. So with this note, we'll continue from the same case analysis, what we have discussed today, student-teacher relationship. If I'm right, if you are remembering it, relationship, that is what we are going to work on. And we have framed the, what you call as the title. Then we have framed the objectives to identify the factors influencing student-teacher relationship. Objective we drafted was to identify the most influencing factor in the student-teacher relationship. For that, to conduct that, to get answer for those two research questions, we collected the data, and we have started analyzing, and we have analyzed on what you call it as the preliminary analysis we did with then we have built we drafted some of the hypotheses, and to find out the association, we have worked out with chi-square test. And see, ultimately what I'm going to tell you is, like, if you want to compare two variables, continuation from yesterday, if you want to compare two variables, association of two variables, we use a statistical tool called as on one variable. If you want to find out what is the perception, whether the perception differs from one group to another group, or a third group, or a fourth group, that is where on the differential statistics, which is called as t-test and f-test. So that is what we are going to make it. So I'm just going to share my thank you. We are going to share my screen. Just a second. Hope my screen is.
I think the screen is visible, sir, but I think network is pretty slow and your voice is breaking at times.
Oh God, oh God. But for me, it's going on. Okay, let me see that.
If still there is some kind of a break in between, it would be nice if you can switch off your video so that the voice is clear, sir. But I'll keep you informed.
I'll unmute my video. That will be better.
Yeah, if you can turn off your video, I think it can be better.
Sure, I'll do that. Sure, I'll do that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
One second. So that I have to stop sharing.
No, sir. I can turn your video off. Just a second.
I have turned it. I have turned it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that will be nice. No issues.
But you can share your screen, sir, if that is.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's what I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Thank you, sir.
Viewable now. So I think you can listen my voice, and is it clear, sir?
Yes, sir. Now it is loud and clear, sir.
Fine. So it's better. It's better. Ultimately the things has to reach the audience. So looking into the continuation of yesterday, as I told you, that I have been looking into certain analysis, and today we'll be looking into the some of the univariate statistics. That is, bivariate statistics. That is the t-test ANOVA. And with the same case study we are going to do. Before I enter into the data set, as already we have given you the screen sharing is passed. Are you able to see the screen sharing, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But I think because the internet is kind of, the network is kind of.
Okay, let us continue. But still, if I'm unable to manage, we'll see.
Sure.
So
Sir.
voice is audible, right, sir? Screen is also visible. Audio is audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is
okay,
audible.
fine. Great.
Thank you, sir.
So when testing, There are, as I told you, no, when you want to compare two variables, yesterday we have taken age as one of the variable, and the what do you call it as the other variable. So when you want to compare those association, we have done with this square very clearly. I mentioned. Hope all the participants would have worked out after my session. If not, video is available. Please, if you practice, then only it will be easy. Just like using a mobile. Otherwise, you use the mobile for some time, you will not get practiced. That is the same way that SPSS package also, with the knowledge of logic in research, nothing else. So when you want to compare some groups, for example, male and female, whether they have any differences in on a variable called as, what we have taken is affection, in showing affection. So if you want to do that, if you want to have your hypothesis, now how we can build an hypothesis, it is very simple. So there is no significant differences between age, genders on affectionate shown on the students in teachers relationship. That's what we can make it up. So if you have that, then we have to use t-test, because the application of t-test is to find out the differences between the levels of groups on a variable. So that is a logic. We want that. So there is a tool for that. Suppose if there is a third level, for example, gender, we have only two levels. If it is an age, in our case, there is three levels: age group 1, age group 2, age group 3. If that is the case, then we need to use ANOVA. That's a simple difference. If the levels are only two, if the groups are only two, if you want to find out the difference on a variable, then you can use t-test. If the levels are 3, and if we are going to find out the difference between these 3 on a variable, then we should use ANOVA. So either you can use t-test or you can use ANOVA, depending on the number in the groups, number of clusters, number of respondents, groups respondents, if I want to tell you properly. So with this note, just I'm going to tell you that how we can do, how we can interpret that. So we have coined our what do you call it as the hypothesis also. So we are going to test the hypothesis with the t-test. So I'm going for the data. Same case study I'm using it, because in our research also what happens, you know, we only take one set of data and we try to see which is relevant. In the same way I'm doing it, because in many workshops what happens, you know, many times that they will be sharing different data sets where we may not be in a position to understand. So I have built every analysis what I'm going to discuss yesterday and today. It's on one data set, which is for a normal case study, one-page questionnaire. So we are moving on to the same data set. So data set SPSS. Hope data set is viewable. Right? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you, madam. Thank you. So now I am participants, now friends. Now I am going to tell you that pin my what you call as data file presentation. Okay, video is muted because to connect the internet connectivity, because I think there is a heavy load which is going on in data sharing throughout the world. That's a technical crunch. But anyway, continue. And if you have any problem in viewing, hearing my voice, viewing my screen, you can also you can inform through the chat, and maybe the organizers can what you call it as, they can convey to me. With this note, we are going to see t-test. So now, what is the procedure? Already I told you the variable which we are going to work on for t-test is affectionate. That is variable 1. Hope you understand what we have discussed yesterday. And from which groups we are going to make it. That is more important. Which groups we are going to make it. Cannot see the data set. The best data says cannot see the data set. No, I have just opened it. It is there. Once again, I will check it out, then we'll move on. I will again close it and share, friends. I'll close it and share again because there is a chat box which people say that it is unviewable.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Oh, now it's viewable.
Yes, sir.
I'm able to see myself. Okay.
Visible, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Again,
So the data set is getting opened. Oh God.
again.
I don't know what is happening. Now is it okay, madam?
It's starting to. Yes, sir. Now it is better, sir.
Yeah, fine. I could understand because from a folder, yesterday I was trying, everything was right. Today I have to go for file by file. So we'll go that. Okay. Anyway.
Sure, sir.
So t-test, how to do t-test. I'm going to tell you the SPSS path for you. Clearly, when we will be doing t-test, once you want to identify, if you have a hypothesis framed, like there is no significant differences between the now we have taken two variables. Maybe once I start, you will understand. Analyze. And one more thing I want to tell you before, which my guide told me, which I couldn't find the answer long back. What is that is, like the chi-square works on the frequency. Chi-square works on the frequency, numbers. It will compare the numbers to find out your the t-test and ANOVA, it never works on the frequency because we are not comparing two variables on single case. Yes, we are comparing two groups on a variable, on a thinking, on a perception. In that case, t-test and ANOVA works on mean. It doesn't work on frequency. Please understand that. So if that is works on the means, then we have to go for compare means. Okay, compare means. For compare means, then we have to go for independent sample t-test. So independent sample t-test. So in this case, well, the dialog box is the cooking pan is ready for us. And what we have to do here, what is a test variable? That means the variable, test variable is sex for us, the gender, male and female. And the grouping variable is our variable one. What is variable one? Affectionate. That came first rank. Do you remember? So in case of affectionate, whether the male teacher and the female teacher has any differences, that is what we are going to check with your hypothesis. So we have to move here. Once you move here, we need to define the group. That is more important. Sorry. And define the groups. So group number 1 is male, group number 2 is female, right? Ultimately, we have the data. You see the sex here, see my cursor. So one is male and another one is female. If you want to tell you, right? So in this case, continue. You have to give continue. Once it is ready, that means I have defined the variable. I have defined the groups. Only 2 groups. That is why the software also made it a point that t-test works on only 2 groups. We cannot have 3 groups here. That is why that we have to identify another tool called as ANOVA. So when you are comfortable enough to use t-test, we have to use t-test. When you have 2 variables, 2 groups, when it goes to more than 2, then we should use. So that is a simple understanding I want to make it. So now everything is ready. Everything is ready. 1 second. Yeah. So now what I have to do is I have to just click OK. So you have an output here. So you can see here in that, what do you call it as? If you see the affection and the age groups, if you look into that, you can see here, number, yeah. See, 1 second, there is a suppose I just take it out from the data. 30, okay, I'll do it again. Analyze means independent sample t-test, retest. So age, then I'm taking affection, then we are making group 1 and group 2, male and female, then we are going to give okay. Okay, why there is some problem with that? It should not be. 1 second, there is some kind of data problem. I'll just check it out. What is that? 30 samples are there. Everything is okay. Education, sex, income, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we'll take marital status, some data problem. So maybe we'll take marital status. Okay. So married and unmarried faculties, teachers on affectionate. We'll take that one and we'll just see. One second. Okay, correct. Analyze, compare means independent sample t-test. So instead of this, we will be taking the marital status. Okay. So we have defined the groups. Okay, it is there. See here, you can see here. So independent sample test, if you look into that marital status and the affectionate, okay, when you look into that, you can see here means differences. This only we have to take it. We should not take test of equality. We have to take t-test for equality of means. I told you it works on the equality, t-test for equality. So this value we have to take it 0.667. What it means 0.667? Any idea? You can put it in the chat box whether it is significant or not significant. Do you remember the standard which we have discussed yesterday? Any idea? That 0.667. So it is going insignificant, not significant. That means that there is no significant differences between the married and unmarried. Both are sharing kind of relationship with their students. That is an understanding that we can make it out. Again, people are sharing that.
Screen is not visible, sir.
Yeah, now it's okay. I think there is some kind of tension. I'm comfortable with my net actually. Maybe receiving in some problem may be there. It's not for all. It's only for few, or it's for all.
I think it is there, sir. It's quite prominent. But now I can see everything.
Yeah,
is there any possibility of moving to a better signal area or something if you're on 4G or if you're on Wi-Fi? Like, because yesterday's thing was very clear.
Yeah, today also I'm using the same. I'm in the office now. I'm not in the home. It's
okay,
office and I'm using only office net. Anyway,
okay.
But because my system, it's okay.
Okay.
It should be there. Is there again? I'll do it for the audience. I think now it is visible very clearly. I'm also getting a green signal here. I think it's clear. Yeah.
Yes.
I think some response I'm getting it. Gender marital session must be placed in group variable column. Okay. No, I'll just check it out. No, see. Yeah. So analyze. I'm repeating again. Analyze. Compare means independent sample t-test. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So we'll be having like the test variable. Wrongly I placed. Test variable supposed to be your affectionate. Thank you. Test variable supposed to be your affectionate, and the technical crunch is making us. So sex should be in the grouping variable. So sex is 1 is male, 2 is female. So we can make it out. And if you give okay, then it comes. Okay, when it goes for output, the sharing is going off. Okay, so this is an output you are getting it. So hope you got it. And this is what it is. the significant 0.670, that only we have to take it, not like Levin's t-test of equality of variance. It is on the equality of variance. We are only looking into t-test of equality of means, 0.670. Then it is 0.670. It means 0.055 level of significance, so it is not significant. The hypothesis is not significant. That means that there is no significant difference between male and female on a variable, that is on showing this what you call as the relationship among the students, relationship teacher. So you don't have any differences. You show the adequate or required relationship. That is what t-test is trying to say us. There is no any differences. Is it okay? Now we will move on to the next ANOVA. When you move on to ANOVA, the same what you call it as, one second. So we have understood t-test. So we will move on to ANOVA. So when you move on to ANOVA, the same case which we will be using it. I told you the simple difference is that t-test is used when you go for, please move this, why every time it is happening? I think today it's happening with a single screen. So we'll go ahead, no problem. So with this data set, so I think it's viewable now. With this data set, the same ANOVA we are going to plan. So for what variables we can plan for ANOVA? Anybody, you can put it on the chat box. For out of that 9 variable, age, sex, education, occupation, by looking into this. For age, we can go for t-test. Is right? No. For age, sex, we have 2 options. For education, we have more than 2 options. Occupation, more than 2 options. Marital status, 2 options. Income, more than 2 options. Family income, more than 2 options. Locality, if you see locality, more than 2 options. Work experience, more than 2 options. So that means that t-test among these 9 variables, I think somebody has given the answer. Among these 9 variables, we can do t-test only for sex and marital status as per our case, correct? Sex and marital status, we can give only t-test. Age, education, occupation, family income, locality, work experience, we can write ANOVA with that one variable called as affectionate. So that means we have 7, we minimum 7. With that one variable, we can create 7 ANOVA hypotheses. We can create 7 hypotheses where ANOVA can work on. So among the 9 hypotheses with one variable, all these 9 with one variable, ultimately we can create 9 hypotheses and we can do analysis. When you create 9 hypotheses, 2 hypotheses will be with the t-test, remaining with the ANOVA, because if you want to run t-test for others, it should be only 2 classification. When you go for 3 classifications, then ultimately what is having? So now I am going to do ANOVA for you. Okay. So how to do ANOVA? What is the hypothesis? We will take age and that variable 1, that is affectionate. So age has 3 classifications. Affectionate is 1. So how to build an hypothesis now? There is no significant differences between age groups on, please remember, on shown by the teachers and students. On. Again, I'm telling you, when you frame the hypothesis for chi-square, you have to build 2 variables. There you have to use the and. In framing the hypothesis, here you have to use these 2 variables. You have to use on. So if you are very clear, then you can make it out. So with this note, I think I can tell you how to do ANOVA now. Is it okay? Anybody put a chat box? Can I move on to ANOVA? Can I show how to do ANOVA? With
Sir.
Yeah. Thank you. You can always go ahead. Thanks. So thanks a lot. So all the participants are with me now. I'm just telling you the SPSS part. Analyze, compare means one-way ANOVA. Compare means one-way ANOVA. So analyze, compare means one-way ANOVA. If you go for one-way ANOVA, our pan is ready. Our chat, the dialog box. The dependent list. So which is the dependent list here? The variable. We have to take the variable and we have to move here. We have to move the variable and we have to go ahead with age group. So put it on the factors, right? So we have given the equation now. So we have taken, so here in ANOVA, the variable has to be given in the dependent list and the factor, that is age group. Okay, so we have to make it. And once we go for the options, because the other thing which we want to know is if there is significant differences, which group is making that significant differences, that we can, which group is making that significant differences. And if for that, please click descriptive, go to option and click descriptive, where you will get the mean score of each group. Age group we have no, so mean score of 3 groups which you will be getting. Continue. Once you continue, you just give okay. You can see this. You can see here. So below 20, 20 to 40 years. Okay. So today, like every screen I have to share. So don't mind, every screen I have to share. I understood. A little cool in changing the screen. So I'll be stopping the screen share. Again, I have to come back to the screen share because of the net problem. So I think everybody is viewing the results now, right? Understood how I did ANOVA, how I did the part, and I will repeat, don't worry. So whether you are able to see this screen output?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So then you can also, the others participants, you can put it on the chat box. That way I can also make it. Yeah, thank you. Dabashmita, thanks a lot. So when you get this, don't look out straight away, go to this one value. This unknowable, no, straight away go to this one value. That is 0.733. If it is 0.733, what is the meaning? It is not significant. Nagalata has said not significant. Swapan has said not significant. So if it is not significant, that is more important. How to write the interpretation. When you say it is not significant, we can very well say that there is no significant difference between groups of below 20 year, 20 to 40 year, above 40 year. The action on the students by a teacher, right? That is what if suppose significant. If it is not significant, you can give this and never mind about these descriptive statistics. If it is significant, for example, if it is significant, then you should say that which group is making that significant differences, who is influencing more, that we can find out by looking into. If it is significant only, you should go for this mean score. See my cursor, mean score. So in that mean score, you have to see which one is highest. Which one is highest here? 4.50. That is above 40 years. 4.50. So if you look into the 4.50, that means above 40 years. If this is significant, then we can say that the teachers above 40 years influence more, but it is not significant. Is it clear now? I'm making it sense. Like in ANOVA, I will repeat again. In ANOVA, when you 3 groups and one variable, dependent variable, and 3 factors here. So if you run that test, I told you how to do it. When it comes to interpretation, first you have to see the significant value. If it is not significant, simply you mention that there is no significant differences between the age groups and on the what do you call as, if there is a what do you call it as a significance that is below 0.05, then you should look into the mean score, and whichever is higher among these three groups, that group influences much. That is the main. Clear? Can I do ANOVA with one more hypothesis? Maybe we will take one more data.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can I do one more? One more ANOVA? That's great. We'll take one more variable. Keep it. Okay. So we will do one more. So you have to wait for me to change the screen. So every time the data set and screen. We will take education. Can we take education? Okay. We'll take education and the variable 1. We'll take that. Again, I'm telling you the path for your understanding. Analyze. Compare means 1B ANOVA, and that should be there. We are just changing the education. Okay. So taking education, we have. So I'm going to give okay. Wait for me to change the show the result. I'll show you the result. Still people are getting in. Okay. So I think now you are seeing it. Okay. So if you look into this, again go and see the significance. See 0.284, whether it is significant or not significant. Please comment. 0.284, whether it is significant, not significant. So not Chandrasekhar Pillai sir, you are saying significant. It is not significant. 0.28, that is, it is more than the 0.05. So it is not significant. That is why I was checking. Thank you. So Amuda, Johnny, you are right. So if anything is less than, yesterday I told you, the water bottle, anything glass, anything is less than 0.05, 5%. If you are taking 1%, it is 0.00, right? It's a 0.01. If you are taking 10%, 0.1. So 1. So ultimately you have to go ahead with that. Is it okay? Right. Now, if it is significant, is it necessary to see this mean value? Yes or no? If it is significant, if it is not significant, as in the cell, whether we need to see the mean value or not. Whether we have to see the mean value? No. Thank you. So you are very clear. You are very clear. Thank you. No. Only when you have, because if time is there, I will try all those. So all those 7. So please work on with the other. Out of 7, we have taken 2 variables. You can work on with the remaining 4. And so I think I made what do you call a chi-square and ANOVA with clarity. Can I move on to multivariate statistics? Can I move on to multivariate statistics?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we'll be moving on to that. Stop sharing. Again, I have to share. Okay, so we have just seen the bivariate analytics and the what do you call it as, we have just checked out. We are going for multivariate analytics. We are going for multivariate data analytics. So I'll just give little intro whereby see whatever we have seen till now of analysis, univariate and bivariate, which we normally use it in thesis. But when it comes to publication, no, these things may not be very much interested for the publisher to get published. So for any one of the multivariate data analytical tools. So what is multivariate data analytical tools? It's very simple. Yesterday itself I told, don't look about all those and don't read it. The last line I can tell you, if any data is analyzed, if there are any variables, more than 2 variables, then it is called as multivariable. And if it has a weight, then multivariate data. And very important. Someone was asking me, sir, what is different variable and independent variable? So today I will be telling you, then only we can understand, unless otherwise go ahead introduction. My name is Arulmurugan. Slightly, just kidding, okay. So you have mentioned Velmurugan. Anyway, so what we have to understand is data versus variable. Already we have understood that. We know what is a data, what is a variable, and what is variate. If any variable is having a weight, then it is called as variate. I'll show you what is a weight now. This I show you. And if it is anything more than 2, it is called as multivariate. So whenever we go for more than 2, please understand the variables can be divided into 2. One is dependent variable, another one is independent variable. It's very simple to tell you. Independent variable means it creates its own value. It doesn't look for others variable to create its value. Okay, it is a variable which has its own numbers. That is what is called as independent. It doesn't depend on any other variable. That is what is called as independent. Okay, and what are the dependent variable? Dependent variable doesn't have its own value. It depends on the independent variables. So independent variable decides the variability of decides the quotient of dependent variable. Are you clear? If you see dV is equal to IV, that's the equation which I have made. That means that one IV will decide the dV. The dV is normally in statistics, we call it as, we denote name now. For me it is Arul, for sir it is Prasanna, for madam it is Lakshmi. So dV, dependent variables are general, and in statistics, no, formulas are very simply created. I'll tell you. For example, if you want to go for a movie, I will tell you how this formula came in. If you want to go for a movie, decisions you will be taking. Any idea? What are the decisions you will be taking? Who is the actor? Right? You'll be taking who is the actor. Sure, Venkateswara sir. So who is an actor? Who is a heroine? Who is the director? Who is the music director? Which theater? What is the price of the ticket? Which number you want to select? Which show time? Right? You will be taking it. So each one is independent variables. Each one is independent variables. It can be x1, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, x8. Okay, and it has its own in statistics as beta coefficient B, right? And taking a decision to go for a movie or not to go for a movie, then that decision is Y. So when you want to take a decision Y with a known variable which is called as X's, x1, x2, x3, right? And it has a value called as B, and there is something already you would have decided, I want to go for a movie, but still you take a decision. That constant thinking, constant decision is called as A. So now your constant decision A plus the value of your X decides Y, the decision. That is how the general equation was created. Y is equal to A plus BX. If you are in person, I'll show it in the board. Hope you understand Y is equal to A plus BX came in. The whole analytics, if you are very clear about independent variable X, dependent variable Y, and the constant A, and the value of X is B, that means Y is equal to A plus BX. If you are clear on this, you can do wonders in analytics, whether it is economics, whether it is any kind of, the whole world starts with this Y is equal to A plus BX only. And the second equation I have given you, see, Y is equal to A plus, that is constant, plus 1x1. If you have hero, B1 x1, hero, hero's value, heroine x2, her value, director. So it goes on, n number of variables it has to go on. More important is that X should be independent. X should be independent. If it is dependent, then you cannot do any analysis. So in the right side of the equation, any variable called as x1, x2, n number of x should be independent. In the right side, you have one variable. That is what your ultimate output. These are input. These are means. That is decision. So you have to take y as a decision. Your determination. You have to find out. You have to access it. Right? So with this note, I think it's very clear now. Now, can anyone tell me, can we apply this equation in our present, what do you call as the case? Affectionate is one variable. Yes, sir. Affectionate is one variable. So that means we have 15 variables, my dear friends. Right? X1 to X15 variables we have, correct? 15 variables we have. But can anyone confirm me whether that 15 variable is independent variable? Can anyone confirm me that whether that 15 variable is independent variable? You can put yes or no in your comment box. Whether they are independent variable. How you are saying Debash Mita? Only six are independent. No. Somebody Smati Biran is saying no. Yeah, because to confirm that independency, we need to prove statistically. We need to prove with the tool. Maybe, I don't know whether it is independent or dependent. Somebody is saying no, somebody is saying yes. But we need to identify. No. To identify the independency, we will be using a technical analysis called as factor analysis. Okay. Then only you will get independency. And one more thing before I move on. This equation is called as multiple regression equation. Y is equal to A plus B1 x1 B2 x2 plus Bn xn is what is called as multiple regression analysis. What it means? The number of independent variables decides on the dependent variable. The number of things decides whether to go to movie or not. Let us put this. Y is student-teacher relationship. The degree of student-teacher relationship. Yes, student-teacher relationship. I am putting it in a jargon. STR. So STR is what you call it as like student-teacher relationship. To find out the student relationship, we have 15 variables. Correct? B1 is a x1 to x15. So now I need to understand among these 15, which variable is in Y. Correct? For that, we cannot use this as a variable. If you read that 15 variables, you will understand by your thinking itself, by itself, there are some lines are closer. Maybe if you have a data set, go and read them. There are something closer, relevant, same, looking same. When some variable, then we need to, what do you call it as? To reduce that, we need to group the homogeneous variables. We need to group the same. Homogeneous means same, related. When you group the related variables, if you group that, it will become a factor. That is why it is called as factor analysis. Okay. So what is our objective? Go back. Identify the factors influencing student-teacher relationship. So for that, you need to do factor analysis. You need to do factor analysis. Sir, please repeat. Voice is breaking. Okay. Yeah, sure. So we'll be doing factor analysis. That means that factor analysis will be used to group these similar variables as factors. Factor analysis is a mechanism to group these similar variables as factors, similar variables. Okay. So among these 15, there are some 3-4 variables are looking same, or it is really same. 2-3 are really same. Some 4-5 are really same. That is why we use a statistical tool for that. It is called as factor analysis. More variables into limited factors. We have 15 variables. If you want to reduce that into limited number of factors, because we can take decision easily. Grouping the variables as factors. That is why factor analysis is called as data reduction tool. Data reduction tool. So that means if you are going for a primary data, my dear friends, if you are going for a primary data kind of scale, without running factor analysis, you cannot or you should not run multiple regression analysis. So factor analysis is a base analysis confirm the independency of independent variable before getting into multiple regression analysis or modeling. Is it clear? Can I run factor analysis for you in a practical way with that 15 what do you call as variables, right? So we will be going for factor analysis. Now we will be going for factor analysis. Okay. So now I'm going to share that screen. So I'm going to stop and share the data set now. Okay. I'm going to share the data set. So the output case study. Yeah. So are you able to see the screen? See, today I was able to continuously show you the screen. Today I don't know, there is a little technical crunch. So every time I change a screen, I have to share and come back. So if you have any problem in understanding, tell me. But adjust with this. Okay, ultimate aim. Yeah. Okay. So your data is there. So we have 15 variables. Can we run factor analysis now? Are you ready? Do you want to know how to? That means 15 variables we have. We don't know whether it is independent or not. So we want to find out whether it is independent. If not, we need to group those independency. Okay. So that is what we are going to do. Very well. Thank you. So I'm going to tell you the path, SPSS path for it. Analyze. You can see dimension reduction. Please note down. Analyze dimension reduction factor. Analyze dimension reduction factor. Do you got the pen now? Do you got the pen? Exactly, Surendra sir. Our ultimate aim to run the factor analysis is to find out the independency of these variables, and if it is not independent, then it will group the relevant homogeneous variable and it will give us different independent factors. Is it okay? Converting the so what I have to do now? What items I required? I don't want all those demographic variables. I want only independent variables. All has to be moved to variables. Is it okay? All 15 I have moved. So again I will tell you, analyze dimension reduction factor. So if you have a scale, move that scale. 15 variables, 20 variables, 30 variables, 40 variables. It depends on you in your research. So move here, and after moving, you have to do few things. One more thing I want to tell you today. Most workshop, if you go and attend the factor analysis, they will straight away tell you the simplest way, and there are something which you may not understand. Actually, in factor analysis, this is factor analysis. There are two types of factor analysis is there. Before I tell you, one is analysis. The another one is confirmatory factor analysis. If you have already have a factor, then you can confirm. Exploratory and principal component factor analysis can be run with SPSS. Confirmatory factor analysis cannot be run with SPSS. You have to confirm, you have to run with SPSS. If you are going to find out the factor, you want to find out the new factors, identify the new factors, right? Identify the new factors, then you, in many cases, many people doesn't tell you that how to identify the number of factors if it is independent factors. So in that case, there are 4 levels are there. In factor analysis, please note down there are 4 levels. First, you have to try level 1. Second, if it is okay, if it is not getting okay, then you have to run level 2. If it is not okay, level 3, level 4. After doing level 4, if it is not getting grouped, then you cannot run factor analysis. I am sure that at least in any one of these, you will get grouped. Then only you can go for multiple regression analysis. Otherwise, you cannot do it. For that, the questionnaire you have to prepare properly. Is it clear? Can I go ahead with the level 1 now? I'll tell you the path. This is what I'm doing, level 1. I will tell you what is level 1, the name of the level 1 after completing the analysis. Then you will understand. Okay. So before I go, 2 things in addition we can do it here with factor analysis. You go to descriptives, and here you find KMO and Bartlett's test of purity. What this test will do, you know, KMO, Kaiser-Meyer-Oakland test, tell you whether the sample you have taken, is adequate or not. This is another way to check your sample size, whether your sample is adequate or not. And Bartlett's purity will tell you whether that sample you have selected is significant or not. Is it clear? That also you can find it with, in addition to finding out the independent variable. So give continue. Go to extraction. You go to extraction. First thing here, you see principal component analysis. You can see principal component analysis. It should be by default. There are 2 methods you can see here. Extraction, 2 methods are here. So based on eigenvalues, we have to give it to the system to find out. So eigenvalue is a statistician who find out. That means any variable which are more than, any factors which are more than 1 after grouping, it will show you as an independent variable. So we have to go with eigenvalues. Got confirmed, right? So the first method, I told you very clearly. So first method is, please note down the name, factor analysis with this based on eigenvalue. Factor analysis based on eigenvalues. Okay, that is the thing. So now everything is over. Moved 15 variables, discrete KMO, then extraction I checked, it is by default, nothing there. So this level 1 is called as factor analysis based on eigenvalue. Can I answer? I'm clicking it, but I have to stop the screen and I have to show you the output. Okay, I'm giving okay. Hope you are able to see. Whether you are seeing the output? No, I will show you now.
Oh.
It? Yes, you will be seeing it. Okay. So now we will see. Please wait.
Yes, sir. It's
Please, participants, just sharing each screen separately because there is some network problem is there. I cannot go and come in, right? So just look into this. So we got it. Now you see KMO and Bartlett's test. Here Kaiser Meyer Oakland measure of sampling adequacy. If you look into this, 0.420. Right? What is the standard? It should be more than 0.6, 60%. Please understand. That means in our case, test case, what we have taken is sample is inadequate. So if it is inadequate, again I have to go and collect the data, feed the data, then I have to run it. Now we have only 30, right? Go to 50 numbers, go to 100 numbers, probably it may go to 0.6. So please note down. Adequately, if you have collected, for our workshop, I have collected only limited. If you have collected adequately, then it will be more than 0.6. And one more, Bartley's test of purity, 0.006. Whether this is significant or not significant, please put it on the chat box. Whether it is significant, not significant. 0.006. Whether it is significant, not significant. Significant, not significant. Johnny, not significant. Can you justify, Johnny? Please, Johnny, Surya Priya, please understand. This is 0.06. It is 0.006. That means this is what many people misunderstand. It is, Johnny, that is what I see. It is not joint. It is not 0.00. The answer is 0.06. That means it is less than 0.05. Got it? Yeah. It is not single zero. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So it is significant. Even though sample is inadequate in our case, it is significant. So I am moving further. Do your research. Make sure that the sampling should be adequate, more than 0.6, and it should be less than 0.05. So this way also you can confirm your sample size. This is your sample size. You can always say that according to KMO sampling adequacy, after collecting some number, you can say that sample is 8. This also sample is significant. This also you can mention your methodology. Okay, this is another way around. Now, getting back. Now you see that total variance explained. Now what I have told you, no, you have this component means factors. So now you see 15 variables, but how to decide the number of components, number of factors? From 15 variables, we need to first identify how many variables, how many factors it can be grouped. So it's very clear that it is not independent, it is dependent. All are somewhere some linkage is there. So factor analysis as given as, see, there are one condition. If this is the total initial eigenvalues, if anything is more than one eigenvalue, that number we have to take it. So which one is, by looking into this, which number is more than 1.0 eigenvalue? Comment on the screen. Which value? It is 6. 6 factors, 6 components. And if you add, you have to look the cumulative value. The simple way you can see, you can just look at the last value and just narrow down here. It is 6. So it is 74. That means that what it is saying, you know, the six factors is not 100% independent. It is 74% independent. Okay. So each and every one, it is 74% independent. You got a clarity now? 74% independent. So this should be more than one. We cannot go for 7 factors because it is less. And this also should not be less than 50. Please understand. Either you can say that it can be grouped as 4 or it can be grouped as 6. Okay. So from this itself we can identify. So now how to know the grouping in factors? Now you see here, rather looking here, you can see here 15 variables. I have got it. 15 variables, 6 components extracted. You see 6 components value. Are you able to see? Please comment it. This is more important. So this is called as component matrix. My dear friends, this is called as component matrix. Okay. So when you look into the component matrix, how to identify that variable 1 is grouped under which factor, variable 2 grouped under which factor. Now we need to, after identifying the number of factors, we need to check variable how it is grouped. We have to do this manually. The SPSS will not do for you. So what you have to do, you have to factor 1, factor 2, factor 3, factor 4, factor 5, factor 6. Then you have to see variable 1. So I share an affectionate, warm relationship with this child. variable 1, and you have to see the values horizontally. Again, I'm telling you, see my cursor, see the value horizontally, and you have to see only the positive value. First condition is see horizontally and see only the positive value, and in that positive value, which is highest? Can anyone type in the chat box, in this, which one is highest? Which value is highest? Which value is highest in this? I think it's visible for you. You can zoom and write. Yeah, thank you. It is 0.833. So what is the meaning here? Variable 1 goes with factor 1. Is it clear? Variable 1 goes with factor 1. Okay. Variable 2. Any idea? Variable 2, you can put factor 1 or factor 2, not the value. From now in the chat box. Variable 1 is factor 1. Variable 2, you can put F2, F3 like that. Variable 2, where it is? Variable 2, F1. Yeah, thank you. Variable 3, you put V2, F1 like that. Sorry, V3, F1 like that. Correct. Then variable 4, variable 5, variable 6, variable 7, variable 8. So variable 15, you can fit it. Right? Then you can fit it. Nagalata, I will come back. Don't jump into this. Is where the problem comes in. Once you start doing it, if you go for the last, and people may not understand. Okay. So among this, so what will happen, you know, can anyone possibly tell me, if you have worked out in your notebook, can anyone tell me how many variables has, how many variable factor 2 has, how many variable factor 3 has, how many variable factor 4 has, how many variable factor 5 has, how many variable factor 6 has? Can anyone tell me if you have worked out in the paper? Just try, just take few minutes. Can anyone do it in a paper and tell me? Factor 1, how many variables are under factor 1? Total number. Fit a variable under a factor based on selecting the highest positive value. Anyone? I know that many of you are just listening. Some of you are working on your laptop. Even if you are listening in the mobile or working in your laptop, if at least someone tells how many out of these 15, how many variables under 1, how many variables factor 2, how many variables factor 4, factor 1 has 5 variable. Great. Next. Factor 2, factor 3. Yeah. Factor 3, factor 4, factor 5, factor 6. Factor 2 has 2. Okay. I didn't check it out. You have to work on and tell me. So Vetrivel and Nagalata has confirmed. Factor 2 has 2. So factor 1 has 5. Factor 2 has 2. Factor 3. How many variables factor 3 has? Because unless otherwise you put that matrix, no, it's very difficult. If you put that matrix, you can find out. Because the next discussion will be on that only. Factor 3, any idea? You have a paper and do it. Just do it. Factor 3, only 1, huh? Okay. Factor 4. Don't under the 6 factors, then easily you can tell me. Within a short, you can tell me. Sir, how DF is calculated under KMO? Sure, I'll tell you at the end. Let us go with the flow. See, degree of freedom is always like column minus 1 into column minus 1. So ultimately, we will discuss that. Factor 4, factor 5 and factor 6. Any idea? because I want to know whether these factors are factor. Factor 4, how many variables? Factor 5, how many variables? Factor 6, how many variables? Because factor 1, people have confirmed 5. Factor 2, people have confirmed 2. Factor 3, people have confirmed 1. Remaining 4, 5, 6. Urvashi Shahitya. Sir, could you please repeat these calculation once? Sure, ma, sure. See, what you have to do now, you have to take a paper, and in that paper you have to write, right? I'll just try unmuting my video and just talk to you, whereby whether it is possible for you to understand. Yeah. See, you have to take a matrix, right? You are able to see my video. You have to take a matrix. In the top, you write factor 1, factor 4, factor 5, factor 6. In the horizontal row, you write, you have to see variable 1, where it is fitting. Variable 2, where it is fitting. So if all 50 horizontally, you see it, there highest positive value 0.833. So that means the picture. Please scroll. Okay. 15 and 16. Okay. Yeah. Johnny, you should have taken all 15 variables, or you have left out 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Only you have taken 13 value, Johnny. I think I have not shown the last 2 values. Please, sorry. So if you look into this, Johnny, you can, you have said, last you have taken 6, 7, 8, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 you have taken. So one value you have missed out. So if I take the 15, the highest is 0.322. So it will be, check it out again. Yeah, 4 is only 2. See, friends, you can work out later. I think you understood the logic, right? How to fit variable looking to a factor. You understood, right? Can I have yes or no? Did you understood? Make it fast. Whether you have understood? Yes, sir. Okay. What is the ultimate aim, you know? You can see here, according to, even though slightly it is wrong with Johnny, in 2 factors, there is only 1 variable. I told you, factor means minimum a group. Group means there should be minimum 2. Minimum 2. There should be minimum 2. Johnny, still it's wrong, Johnny. Only in 2 groups, 2 factors you find. In 1 factor, in another factor, it will be 1. Please check it out again. Among these 6 factors, if you work out properly, in 1 factor, it will be 0. No variable will be there in 1 factor. So what is the meaning here? Among these 6 factors, by looking into its values, this is what is called as factor loading. This is what is called as. So in this case, what happens, you know, you cannot take it as an independent variable because the factor is not clearly grouped. It is not properly grouped. So it is 0. So 6 minus 1, 5. Another factor, it is only 1 variable. So 5 minus 1, 4. So it is very clear that, yeah, exactly, Johnny, you are on the dot now. So factor 5 has only 0. So that means that somebody has wrote 1. Yeah, madam, 5 has only 1. You are right almost, but look into this. Work out later. So please understand the logic first. Time is not there. Understand the logic. So if we have 0, that cannot be called as a factor. You know that. If it has only one variable, that also cannot be called as factor. If that is the case, what you have to do? You can only consider 4 factors. You can only consider 4 factors. That means that rather than giving it to the computer to do, you can decide how many factors. If it is grouped, if all the group has minimum 2 variable, then your job is over. If it is not grouped, then you have to go for level number 2. Can I do level number 2 factor analysis? Because the software is not giving properly, but it has given an indication that you can go for 4 factors, 6 minus 2, because in one factor it is 0. Madam, interpretation is not needed now. We have to complete the factor analysis, then only we have to write interpretation. I'll tell you later. Okay, level 1 analysis, we are in the level 1, Harshini madam, it is available in YouTube live. If you go later in the YouTube, you can find the entire video. Yesterday video also is available. Okay. In the level 1, we are unable to complete. I told 4 levels are there. Let us go to the second level. Let us go to the second level. If anyone say yes, I will move on to the second level. Yes. So again, stopping the screen because the data sheet cannot be seen. Okay. Again. Okay. So we have come back to it is viewable. So level 2, I will do it, then I'll tell you the name. You can understand. So we are going to do level 2 because level 1 has not given the answer because how come out only 4 as groups, 2 is not having group, only 0, 1. So we have to deduct and we have to find out. Analyze, again doing the same. Analyze, reduction, factor. Already everything is inside. Descriptive is already there. Don't bother. One change you have to make in level 2 is extraction. Going with based on the eigenvalues, you can fix the number of factors. See the second one in extract. I just fixed it here. So what number I have to type? Anyone type it in the chat box based on the previous distance. What number I have to type it here? Can you tell me? What number I have to type it here? It is 4. Why 4? Because the eigenvalue given 6. In that, 2 groups are not groups. 2 factors are not groups. So 6 minus 2, I get 4. You got a clarity now? Right? Okay. So now I'm going to continue. So everything is ready. This method is called as factor analysis extraction with fixed number of factors. Second level is factor analysis extraction with fixed number of factors. The first one is factor analysis extraction with eigenvalue. First level is extraction with eigenvalue. Second level is extraction with fixed number of factors. So now I am going to get only 4 factors. Understood? Can I go for the answer? Okay. Okay. So I have to share again. You have to see my face again and again. Great, yeah. So the same 4.0, 0.420, 0.006. Don't bother about that. You can see here in the total variance explained. Are you able to see? From 6 numbers to it has. Are you able to get it now? Able to get it? Please put it in the chat box. Now in the component, in the previous, we got 6 because we have given 2 eigenvalues. Now we got what do you call it as? I'll mute my again what do you call it as the I think I've stopped the video. So if you look into this, yes, sir, 4, Rajamanikam has said 4. Same process has to be done. So you have to make the 15 into 4 matrix. That is factor 1, factor 2, factor 3, factor 4. You have to make factor 1, factor 2, factor 3, factor 4. That you have to make it. Okay. And then variable 1 to be 2 to do. So want of time I'm moving. If you look to that, if you look into that, only anybody can put it in a chat box. If you really want the same way, you will get only 3 groups are grouped, 3 factors are grouped, and 1 factor you will have only 1. Is it okay? Because want of to the next level, I'm giving you the answer. In the factor 1, factor 2, factor 3, and factor 4, in one of the factors, we only one variable again. In the case, can we move on to 3 factor? Because if you go for a 3 factor, eigenvalue is okay, but it is only 45%. I told you it should be more than 50. So I have to go only with the 4. So even if I do 4, I couldn't complete my factor analysis. Can I stop the analysis and move on? If this is also not setting, then we have to go for level 3. Can we go for level 3, my dear friends? Can we go for level 3? Yes, sir. Can we go for level 3? Yes, we have to go for level 3. So in the level 3, what is the level 3 name? I'm going to tell you what is the level 3 name, which I have to tell you. I will do it and tell you whether you can understand. So first level name is, because that name I'm calling based on the path. Factor analysis, extraction with eigenvalues. Level 2, factor analysis, extraction with fixed number of factors. Now, factor analysis is just like grinding a chutney in the mixie. If you put all those things in the mixie and if you grind it, if it is not grinding properly, what you will do? You will increase from 1. Normally, you put it in 1. Properly, what you will do? Any idea? Men are, including myself, nowadays men are spending more time in what do you call as in kitchen. I want answer from men. You put in 1 and you are grinding it. You open it and see. Increase the power. Increase the power. No, we have to go to the next level. Johnny, okay, increasing the power. Power here, it means that we have to go to level 2, level 3. That means rotate to 2, rotate to 3. So the same rotation, it will the rotation now in the mix fast. In the first 3, if you keep it in 1, rotation will be slow. 2, fast. 3, very fast. Right? So that is what unmixed to segregate, unmixed to mixed. Okay. What to do is we have to go for rotation. So remember, whenever you do factor analysis, there's another option, not only extraction, but also rotation. So we are going for the third model that we are going to rotate it. Rotate it, again you have to give it to eigenvalue. You have to give it to the computer to see whether it works out. Then only we have to go for the next one. So the third model is analyze, dimension reduction, factor. Again, I have to go to extraction, right? And I have to keep it as based on eigenvalues. Again, I have to give it to the based on eigenvalues. Continue, and there you see rotation. Just click rotation. There are n number of rotation is there. Varimax, direct link, max, equamax, promax. If time permits, I can explain you everything. But the popular method which is used is Varimax, because we are going to find out the variability between. We are going to find out variability between 2 variables. Okay. So we have taken rotation. Right? So everything is ready. So this method is the level 3 method is factor analysis with extraction with eigenvalues and rotation with Varimax. Rotation with Varimax. Is it okay? Can I go for giving okay and show you the result? Are you able to understand the path now? 3 times we have done. Can anyone respond? Can I continue? Yes.
Yes,
Samati
sir.
madam, thank you. So I give okay. Now again I have to stop and show you the screen, output screen. So now you see the same thing come in, but you will more. Again it has grouped to 6 because eigenvalue will group only 6 now. It has grouped to 6 factors, but you have another box in the third model. We should not go to complement matrix. Nagalata, so now you have to go for rotated component matrix. You should see the value in the component matrix. You have to see the rotated component matrix. You have to see the rotated component matrix. Again, way 6 factors and variables. You see in the same way 6 factors and in the variable. Okay, you have to make it. Right? So ultimately, you have to make that. When you look into this, again, what will happen? I'll tell you the results. Don't go. I'll tell you the results. Again, in 2 groups, you may not find value. You may not find the variables. It will be 1 and 0. The other one will be 1. If that is the case, then we need to go for level number 4. I think by the time you understand what is level number 4. Can anyone type what may be level number 4? By looking into, I will repeat levels. Level 1, factor analysis, extraction with eigenvalues. You know that. Level number 2, factor analysis, extraction with fixed number of factors. Level 3, factor extraction with eigenvalue and rotation with Varimax. What may be the level 4? Any idea? What may be the level 4? You can put it in the chat box. What may be the level 4? Because here also it will give only 4. Now what we have to do is, we have to fix the number 4 and we have to rotate and see. That is the final stage. Can I do that? Can I do that? Yes. So I will do it. Rotated Varimax. Yeah. Fixed number of factors. Great. So I'm going to show you the final step. If it is okay, fine. Otherwise, we cannot. Hope it will be. So the final is level number 4 is factor analysis, extraction with fixed number of factors, and that is 4. With our case, it may be different from case to case, and rotation with Varimax. How to do that? Analyze, dimension reduction, factor, and extraction. We have to change it to fixed number of factors. Already we have given 4 now. So fixed number of factors 4. In your case, it may differ based on your calculation. Continue. Then rotation, we have already given Varimax. So what we have done? Extraction with fixed number of factors, rotation with Varimax. Okay. So now can I proceed to output, final output? Final output. Okay, final output. So I will show you the final output. Ashwini, thank you. So same thing here, but what will happen? Again, the 4 component matrix, see rotated component has come in 4. If you calculate on this, my dear friends, if you calculate on this, can you do it this alone, please? Because it is final. Factor 1, how many variable? Factor 2, how many variable? Factor 3, how many variable? Factor 4, how many variable? And what is the variable number? Please take 2 minutes time and complete that. 2 minutes time and complete that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. because if you complete that only, you will be interested. I have shown 12. I will show remaining 3 later. So complete for 12. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Please complete for 12. See this. Very good question, sir. I was expecting, and I used to expect things till now. Srinivasan sir has asked, sir, do the level 4 at the initial stage itself. Great, sir. Can you tell me how to identify the number of factors? In what way you will identify the number of factors? You cannot do Srinivasan ji because you need to identify the number of factors. For that, you have to start from level 1, level 2, level 3. In some level 3 and level 4. Right? Next 3 statements. Very good. Thank you. I'm showing the next 3 statements. Please see from the bottom. Thank you, Srinivasan sir. Hope you got it. So to identify that, we have to. In many workshops, they will not say. Please understand. In many workshops, they will not say this. As you ask, directly they will show that within few minutes they will close it. But I want to make all of you to understand that you can do the analysis yourself. It is quite easy. Many statisticians don't reveal this because we should avoid commercialization. We need to learn and do. I think who has done that? 1 is 7. Johnny said 4, 3, 2. Can any other confirm that? Johnny has said, Mr. Johnny has said, Dr. Johnny has said 8, 4. Mamta Gupta ji may not. 8, 4, 3, 2. Johnny, they are saying 1 is 7. Can you check it back? Wait, go with Johnny. So 8, 2, 1, 4. Vetrivel says 8, 2, 1, 4. Johnny says 8, 2. Vetrivel, it will not be 1. In any case, it will not be 1. Any idea? Johnny has double counted 2 if I think. Okay. Can any idea that how many it has come in? Is getting shared. 1 second. I will share the screen. Don't worry. Wait. I've just paused the screen. Wait, I'll show you the screen. So I will tell you the answer. Please note down. If you are noting down, please note down. I'll show the screen later. Voice. Seven variables. Factor 1 has 7 variables. I'll tell you the number. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 12. 10 variables. I can also type, but so factor 1 has 7 variables. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 12. Factor 2 has 3 variables, 7, 9 and 13. Factor 3 has 2 variables, 3 and 11. Factor 4 has 3 variables, 6, 14 and 15. Is it okay? That means factor 1, 7, factor 2, 3, factor 4, 2, factor 3, 2, factor 4 is 3. Is it okay? Is it okay? I will type it, thereby you can understand. I will type it, okay? And factor 1 is the answer, thereby you can have a clarity. 1, that is variable 1, variable 2, variable 4, not variable 5, variable 8, 10 and variable 12. Okay, and factor 2 has variable 7, variable 9, variable 13. Okay, and factor 3 has variable 3 and variable 11, and factor 4 has variable 6, variable 14 and variable 15. Is it okay, friends? Are you able to get it? Are you able to get this message which I have sent to you? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is the right answer for this? That means in 4 factors, we are able to see the groups, right? We are able to see the groups. So now what we have to do is, this is the final model. This is the final model for our factor. So what we have done? We have identified 4 factors. Now what is final? You know, final step. We have to name the factors. How to name the factors? That is more important. If you see closely, right, how to name the factors? Many people, they don't name the factors at all. We need to name the factors. How to name the factors? That 7 variable sentence you have to write separately, and you have to go through, you have to make a content observation. From there, you have to take one word to explain that 7 statements, 7 variables. The another thing, 4 variables, 3 variables, 2 variables. And by looking into that content, you have to come out with the word. Is that possible? By looking into the 7 sentence, can anyone tell me what may be the name of the factor? By looking into that 7 statements, in your what you call as, in your data itself, it will be there, right? It can be explained. Any idea? Any idea that you can? Right. Maybe what I'll do is, I will show you the screen, and you can go ahead. Okay, I'm going to share you the results. So I'm going to show you how to write. Somebody has said emotional. Okay, I'm coming back. Yeah, thank you. What do you call it as? Chimple has given emotional attachment. Very great. Very great. Emotional attachment. See, this is how the result has to be interpreted. I'm showing simultaneously. See the screen. Factor analysis, significance and sample adequacy. Put this table and write on this. And table variance, you have to put this and write on this. Grouping of variables, you can see this grouping of variables. Empathy with students, Biren says that. So you have to group meaning of factors. So I told you the answer now, 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 12. So by looking into that, somebody has said empathy with students. Still more. If you read all those, empathy, emotional attachment, what do you call for that? Very close. What is the English word? Very close. Can I call it intimacy, comfortableness? Can I call it as intimacy? Can I call it as an intimacy? Bonding? Yeah. Any name you can give. But what is more important is intimacy. One second. See, what you can do is, my dear friends, when you coin the word, in a word you put it and go for what you call it as the synonymous, you will get it. So second one, can you go for second one? So we will fix it intimacy. Based on your name, I am saying use intimacy. Based on your responses, bonding, all those, I have given you intimacy. Somebody has already given, okay, Swapan Banerjee also says intimacy. Great. So we will finalize. The name of the factor 1 is intimacy. I think now you understood how to keep a name. It is just like keeping a name for a newborn baby. Okay. That name should be relevant to your title also. Student-teacher relationship. Keep in mind and fix the name. Now factor 2, see 7, 9, 13. Can you give the name? Please make it fast. 15 minutes to go. 7, 9 and 13. Can you give the 7, 9 and 13? Timple says that, sir, it is trust, motivation. Baron, you are on. Thank you. It can be called as trust. All those things can be called as motivation. All those sentence is factor 2 is motivation. Can you go for factor 3? Factor 3. Yeah, the best Mitta. Reliable. Factor 3. Factor 3. That is 3 and 11. Variable 3 and 11. Factor 3. Says that reliable. Some other. Temple coastline says trust. You are closer always, Temple. Trust. That means student trust or teacher friendly. See, trust, I go ahead because that 2 sentence says trust and it should be mutual trust. I am typing it in the chat box. And the final factor for what name we can give? 6, 14 and 15. Read out 6, 14 and 15. What I can give you? Inspiration. Combine this sentence number 6. This child reaches me to get suggestion for problems faced. This child always has interest to get my suggestion. 15. This child comes to me for selecting the right choices of decision. Faith, you are very decision making. How to get decision making? Problem solving. I can go with this. So, thank you. Decision. How the decision comes in? Only when you solve the problem. Student comes to you to get the problem solved, to get a decision. So intimacy, I'll go with it. Intimacy, factor 1. Is it okay? And number 2, I'll show you on the screen. Just go through that. Factor 1, just go through this. Factor 1 is intimacy. Factor 2 is motivation. Factor 3 is mutual trust. Factor 4 is problem solving. Is it okay? Done? So this is what our first objective. What is our first objective? To identify the factors influencing student-teacher relationship. To identify the factors influencing student-teacher relationship. So how many factors are influencing now? 4 independent factors is influencing. And what are the names of factors we have kept? Intimacy, motivation, mutual trust, problem solving. That means that if you are doing all these 4, student-teacher relationship will have some meaning, correct? Right? But one more thing is pending here. What is that? Among these 4 factors, which factor is among these 4 factors, which factor is mostly influencing? Which one that teacher has to concentrate more? Whether it is in intimacy or motivation, trust or problem solving. To find out that, we cannot come to a conclusion by nature. Harshini, it is by your perception, but there is a tool which can do that. That is what we are going to do within 10 minutes. That is multiple regression analysis. Can we do multiple regression analysis? Thank you, Mamta Gupta ji. Debashmit. So, multiple regression analysis is y is equal to a plus bx. What is y here? Y is student-teacher relationship. Let us make it STR relationship. STR is equal to, I can write intimacy plus motivation plus mutual trust plus problem solving. So this is our multiple, see in the chat box, this is our multiple model. STR is y, so we have given y is equal to a plus y is equal to a plus b x dx. So how I can make it out? STR is equal to a plus b1. I'll write this b1 within bracket, you write I, okay, plus b2. I'll write this equation b2 within bracket, you write m. I'm just completing it. I'm just typing in your chat box, friends. Yeah, I'll show you the screen, don't worry. So b3, it is mutual trust plus b4 problem solving. See this model? Please see the chat box. I'll show you the screen, don't worry. So this is our multiple regression model. This is our regression model. Please understand that. So whatever I have shown you now in the PPT, how to go for multiple regression. So this is what it is. I've just written on the screen. Y is equal to a plus b1 x1 b2 x1. What is it? All those 4 factor values. Okay. So what we have to do is now we have to go for multiple regression. Can I do multiple regression? Here is the dependent variable and all 4. Debashmita, all 4 is independent variable. So it is not 3. So 4 independent variable you have. Here we have. For this only we did factor analysis. Some people stop the factor analysis and go on. One more small step. Within 10 minutes I will show you. Can I do multiple regression with SPSS? The most important model. If you do multiple regression with SPSS and show the result in your research paper or in your PhD, that will be highly commendable. It will get published. So I'm going to do multiple regression analysis. Okay. So I'm going to share the screen and going to show the data. So I'm just going to tell you SPSS how to do multiple regression. Remember that equation. Analyze. Then I have to go for linear. Please understand. Analyze, regression, linear. If you go to analyze, regression, linear, you will get this. Okay. Before that, what we have to do is we have to generate the score. We have to generate the score. So what we have to do is we have to prepare our data. How to prepare our data? The final SPSS we have done, no, that means factor analysis, we have to do it again, right? Analyze, please look into. Analyze, I'm going to prepare the data for things. Analyze, factor analysis, dimension reduction, factor analysis. The last thing which we are going to do, but one option. I want the score of the factors. So go to score, save as variable, and you can see regression by default. Go to score, save as a variable, regression, continue. Now you will be getting, you will get the same results, but if you go and see, if you see in the data, my dear friends, you can see 4 other variables. See, factor 1, factor 2, factor 3, factor 4 has come. And in the data view, you can see that 4 factor value has come, correct? Factor 1, factor 2, factor 3, factor 4. You can comment in the chat box. So now what I have to do is, I have to rename this. See, I have to rename this as intimacy. I'll put it in the table also. Then it is motivation. Please comment on the chat box if you have any doubts. Then mutual trust. So here I have to make mutual trust. Problem solving. So whatever we have taken, I have just given the number. So now go to regression. This 4 data is ready now. We have to create a value for str. How to create a value for str, dependent variable? I'm going to tell you. So go transform and compute variable. Transform, compute variable. Okay. When you go for compute variable, right? Here you write str. Okay. And one more thing, what you have to index this. It's a very simple procedure. V1 move here plus V2 move here plus V3 move here. Move here plus V6 move here plus V7 move here plus V8 move here plus V9 move here plus V10 move here plus V11 move here plus V12 move here plus V13 move here plus V14 move here plus V15 move here. So I have created a new variable. So how to do it? Compute variable, go to str. So that is what our dependent variable. So I've given all the things, and if I give OK, you find in the output all those things. If you go to that data, you can see str has come in here. Str has come in here, right? And if you go to data view, you see str score. Now that equation you fit in here. Str is equal to all these 4. Now data is ready. Now we have to go for multiple regression analysis. Can we do multiple regression analysis? Can I tell you the SPSS path? Can I tell you the SPSS path, my dear friends? Are you there? Within 2 minutes we will complete. It's over. Give me a comment. If someone says go ahead, then only I'll go ahead. Chat box. Nobody is ready. Everybody want to feedback form? Any responses, friends? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we will be doing the regression analysis. We have done factor analysis. From that, we have generated the score. We have created a different variable value. Now everything in the screen. So final, how to do? It's a 1 second multiple regression we can do. Regression, linear, your thing is ready. Which is dependent? Go down, you can see that. Newly create variables, scores. So dependent is here. So I have moved dependent. So select all 4, put it in independent. your STR dependent and all four, and simply give OK, my dear friends. I will share the screen. Don't worry. So the output, how to interpret the output. So now we have SPSS output for things. Please here, first you have to see the R square value correlation. You have to see the R square value, and R square value, 4 minutes to go, I will complete. R square value, it should be more than 0.6. So the model is good. The model and adjusted R square, if these are closer to 1, the result can be generalized. And if you look into the ANOVA, it is significant. It is 0.000, less than 0.05. Model we have created, STR is equal to intimacy plus all those four, is significant. But how to identify most influencing? Coming back to the regression coefficient, see the unstandardized coefficient. Now you see intimacy is 4.8, motivation 1.9, mutual trust 1.1, problem solving 2.1. If this is positive, that means that if intimacy increases, STR also will increase. If the intimacy decreases, STR also will decrease. If this is negative, if the intimacy increases, STR will decrease. If the intimacy decreases, STR will increase. So in this, again, you have to see, once you've seen here, you have to see the significant value also. If you see all the four significant value, it is significant. It is significant. Okay? It is significant. So that means that here you have to see the highest unstandardized coefficient. It is highest unstandardized coefficient. Amzad Khan has captured very clearly 4.807. Right? Sorry, it is time, huh? Right? Okay. 4.8. So intimacy is influencing more. Intimacy is influencing more. Next, problem solving. Third, motivation. Mutual trust is fourth, according to our data. So please understand saying that it is motivation. No, it is intimacy. Okay. Finally, I will show you how to write what you call as multiple regression in your thesis or in your paper. I'm just showing. Then we will complete. So we are within 2 minutes. We are going to complete. Right? I'm sharing that. I'm sharing that. So with this, we'll stop. So once your analysis is ready, please understand here, model reliability and significance. Here I have built, you see the model? Please see the model now. I have given till now. STR, B1 is intimacy, B2 is motivation, B3 is mutual trust, problems. Then significant. Model, you can see that model is fit because it's 0.872. And this table I have given, here you see how to substitute the value. STR is equal to 50.0, 4.807 is the one value, intimacy, 1.961 is motivation, 1.184 is mutual trust, 2.145 is problem solving. So ultimately what happens? First one is intimacy, motivation, mutual trust. So intimacy is influencing more. Okay? Intimacy is influencing more. Okay? So that means that hope you have understood how to do factor analysis with a given time. And the second one is you understood how to do multiple regression analysis. If you are going for a primary data, right? If you are going for a primary data, my dear friends, if you are going for a primary data, please make sure that if you are going for a primary data, first you have to do factor analysis and then you have to go for multiple regression analysis. This connectivity, no workshops will tell you. So if you are going for a primary data, and many articles I have seen, they will stop in factor analysis, even they don't name it. That itself they call it as high quality. But if you name it properly and right, if you are completing it, it will be good. So go ahead with it. And we have just seen what you call it as all your, I've just made a point. So thanks a lot So a lot more to share. If you have 5 minutes time, I can complete.
Thank you, sir.
Conclusion, 5-minute time, madam.
Thank you, sir, for valuable inputs.
Ma'am, just a second, ma'am. He's asking for 5 more minutes. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Please, right tool for the right data. That's more important. You have a data, you have a tool, but which tool should be used for the data? Very simple. Go and see the objective of the tool, purpose of the tool. See the purpose of your objective. If it matches, we can do it. Apply the tools based on the need, not as compulsion. Apply the tools based on need. My research guide told, somebody has told, don't do that. Research never ends. Researcher has to end it. So this is with the note, there is something else also, but want of time, I'm just concluding. Again, within 1 minute, I'll conclude saying that we have understood data analytics. The few analysis I'll recollect. Percentage analysis 1, mean score analysis 2, ranking 3, chi-square test 4, t-test 5, 6 ANOVA, 4th one is factor analysis, 4 models, and the 5th one is multiple regression analysis. So that means 8 data analytical tool we have used, and any research, if you are going for a primary data, you can complete with high commendable, your research get published. There are n number of multiple statistical analysis are available, like SEM is there, and neural network analysis is there. So you can explore secondary data, you can explore. So it is your choice. We have just given this workshop, Prince Group of Institution and Arts and Science College. All this organizing team has given you an insight to what you call a start your research. So I think it is very good that they have conducted for 2 days, and it is I think it's more informative. Practice only it will come. I learned this in 2006. Today I'm little experienced on that because I work on more data. So thanks a lot, especially the moderator and the technical team, Prasanna sir and team, and Madam Dr. Lakshmi, and all those organizing team, and all the participants for bearing with me. I've just took 3 minutes extra from my time. It is because of the technical crunch. Otherwise, everything would have been fine. So thanks a lot for giving us a wonderful choice to myself and Dr. Kishore to reach you to the nationwide faculty members, and we'll be happy in contact with everyone. Please, I will send the PPT to Madam. She will be sharing to you. So with this note, so thanks a lot, and a special thanks to what you called as the Sultan Chand for giving us a chance to reach you. We will keep in touch, myself and Kishore. Maybe jointly we can work out for any publications. So thanks a lot, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you, participants.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs, and it is motivated to learn more about this topic and apply to our research plans. Great attitude, effective presentation. Once again, thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Ma'am to say a few words about FDP.
Yeah, before then, I wish Shika, please. Yeah.
Hi, ma'am. Yeah.
Shika, then I'll continue with the.
I would first like to thank Dr.V.Arulmurugan sir. I think the session was really informative for the 2 days, and I could see that the consistency in the participants was there, and people were asking questions. And I think that is the most successful webinar, which I think we can have because of this online thing. And in spite of all these hijacks, still we managed to have a wonderful session from your side and from Dr. Kishore as well. So we thank you from the bottom of our heart, and thank you Prince Group of Institutions. Thank you Uma ma'am, thank you Vice Chairman sir, and Salome ma'am. Without you this wouldn't have been possible. And thanks a lot, sir, and we look forward to a more enriching participation and partnership with you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Shika, thank you so much for your cordial relations with Prince Group of Institutions for more than 10 years. I should really appreciate any relations more than a decade. It's really appreciable. Thank you so much, Sultan Chand and Sons. And let me take this opportunity in thanking the team, the Department of Commerce, Mrs. Salomi Bhagyajyoti and her team members for arranging such a wonderful program, faculty development program for the research scholars and also the people who are in the verge of submitting their research work. That's really a wonderful job for both the days. I was also accompanying the resource person's presentation. I had seen the very good effort. How are you, sir? Arulmurugan, sir? I think your presentation.
Thanks a lot. The last time I came, I met you. So thanks a lot.
Yes. Your presentation was really wonderful, lucid presentation as how you had given there when you had come in person to our campus. Thank you very much. And I also take this opportunity in thanking Dr. V. Kishore, who had also taken the participants along with them. This is a great job, and no wonder you've been awarded the Best Teacher Award for more than 6 times, I heard. That's because you make people to work along with you. That is the thing a teacher should fulfill each and every candidate. So really awesome. And also, I wish this relation with your good self also continues forever. And I thank the pretty good participants who had come along with us for both the days and who are being benefited. See, whatever we deliver, the beneficiary should take it as such. This should be the take-home message today. And both your work are highly commendable. And I wish even the participants' work should be highly commended. Thank you once again for giving us this opportunity to work with Sultan and Sons. Thank you once again. Thank you. Over to Victoria.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you so much. Now I would request Miss K. Janaki to deliver vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my great pleasure and privilege to propose the votes of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start my giving glory to the Almighty God for making this 2-day faculty development program a resounding success. I would like to extend a special thanks to our educational sponsor, Sultan Chand and Son Publishers of Standard Educational Textbook, New Delhi, who has given the greatest support to conduct this 2-day FTP. I owe a special gratitude to Mr. Shika Vyas, who gave a corner support for making this event in a successful manner. Thank you, ma'am. Now I'd like to thank the eminent speaker, Dr.V.Arulmurugan, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, School of Management, Pondicherry University, Karaikal campus. The way he explained about the reliability analysis, bivariate analysis, and multivariate analysis is exemplary. I'm sure that all the participants were benefited. Thank you, sir. I may like to express our sincere thanks to our prominent speaker, Dr. K. Kishore, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Ohit College, Vellore, for giving an excellent coverage about the journal ranking parameters, Mendeley, plagiarism, etc. Thank you, sir. I am very grateful to our founder and chairman, Prince Group of Educational Institution, Dr. K. Vasudevan, for giving us an opportunity to organize this 2-day faculty development program. Thank you, sir. I also wish to express my gratitude to our Vice Chairman, Engineer V. Prasanna Venkatesh, for providing encouragement and pillar of support to organize this 2-day faculty development program. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt thanks to our beloved principal, Dr. M. Uma, who gave us a corner support, guidance, and encouragement in all our efforts. Thank you, ma'am. Let me extend my thanks to all the participants who have joined their hand to make this event interactive and innovative and resounding success. Thank you, participants. Once again, thank you all.
Dear participants, certificates will be issued within 3 days through your email. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot to the entire team, madam, principal, madam, HOD, madam, and special thanks to Dr. Lakshmi, who is my classmate, to be part of inviting all the times to your college. So thanks a lot, madam. I will be leaving. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.